Hello my friends and welcome. It is a blessing to be sharing with you again. And so we're going to be doing our part 2 series on the name above all names. And so really what we've been doing is going over some of the descriptive names in which God has given all throughout Scripture that He wants us to recognize towards His characteristics and what we can experience from Him. And so the name that I want to highlight today really encapsulates the name above all names. It's probably one of the most beautiful sounding names off of the tongue when it comes to a descriptive name of God. And it is the name Emmanuel, which is translated as God with us. The very first place we see the example, or the very first place we get God revealing this descriptive name is found in Isaiah 7 verse 4. But where I want to take us is Matthew 1 verse 21 to 23, where we actually see the fulfillment of this prophecy. And it goes on to say this: "She will bear a son," speaking of Mary, "and you shall call his name Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins. All this took place to fulfill what the Lord has spoken by the prophet. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel," which means God with us. And so this prophecy has been fulfilled. You see, Jesus was sent on a very important mission to come and restore mankind back to God. And when it goes on to say to save man from his sins, really what it's saying is that Jesus came to destroy everything that was ever separating God from man again, so that God could enjoy and fulfill the very name that He wanted us to experience and that He wanted to experience, which is the name Emmanuel, God with us. We see from the very beginning of creation that God's sole purpose was to have a relationship with mankind. And through the prophecy being fulfilled, through Jesus coming in and accomplishing His mission through the finished work of the cross and His resurrection, we now get to experience that as children of God. That prophecy has been fulfilled. The moment we gave our lives to Jesus, something special happens. We invite God to come and live and dwell on the inside of us. And it goes on to share this in Galatians 4 verse 6 out of the ESV. It goes on to say, "Because you are sons, God has sent the Spirit of His Son into our hearts, crying, Abba, Father." You see, my friends, on this side of the cross, we actually get to experience something better than even what the disciples had throughout the Gospels. They had the physical Jesus. They had Jesus in the flesh. But we get the very Spirit of Christ that comes and lives and dwells in our hearts. We get Jesus with us each and every single moment of every day. We get to do life with Him, be led by Him, be loved by Him, embraced by Him. That we get to simply enjoy life the way it was always meant to be enjoyed, which is to have a personal relationship with God and for Him to be closer to us than the very skin on our bones. That was all His idea, and we get to enjoy the benefits of that. And so, my friends, take time today to allow God to show you just how real He is in your life and how present He is, and that He is with you every moment of every day, leading you into the good plans that He's got for you as His beloved child, in whom He is well pleased. Always remember, you are highly favored and